Hello, this is Project Porsche. It's not a hybrid. It's not charging. The battery is charging because the battery is goosed. This is a Porsche Boxster. I think it's a 2006 or 7. I'm not entirely sure. Basically, it's been sat around for a year. The car belongs to my mother-in-law. Yes, I know. Had the Mini the other day. She's got more cars than I have. What can I say? This thing's been sat around a long time, and it is quite sad looking. It's been sat around for about a year not doing anything, and tomorrow it's got an MOT. The problem is I've noticed there are some issues with the car that will cause it to fail the MOT, so I'm going to have to sort those out, and that's before there's even any chance that it might fail the MOT tomorrow and have to have more work done. But it drives okay. The long-term plan with this car is actually a short-term plan. It's to sort it out, get it through the MOT, get it all cleaned up and spruced up and lovely, and find it a new home. Unless she falls back in love with it again, I don't know. But yeah, for now, the plan is to get it on the road, get it working, get it legal, and find it a home. To do that, I need to sort out the issues for the MOT that I know about. There are two official ones, and there's a third one. The third one is I can't, in good conscience, present a car for an MOT that looks like this, because it is absolutely filthy. I wouldn't normally clean a car before an MOT, but there are limits. This one's got moss on it. The other issues are, I think there's a brake light out. I don't know which one. The computer inside is telling me there's a brake light out, and it is common, so I imagine it is not lying. And what was the other thing? Oh, the wiper blades. Don't have nightmares, Ian. Little YouTuber in joke. Right, brake light first. To figure this out, I'm going to use my little Dewberry. Just don't make those jokes. That'll do. Well, that's pretty telling, isn't it? Wow. I haven't used those for a very long time. Right, I've pulled some plastic clips off and this bit of carpet stuff. Can't actually see. Oh, there we go. I'm hoping you haven't got to take the rear light out, because that would just suck. No, I think we're looking promising. Why won't you come out? Every time Porsches come here, I have trouble. They're cursed. Okay, now the brake lights started working, so I can see straight away that this is going to be a standard Porsche situation. Why has it got a... Oh, that's a stop tail. So it's got a stop tail there, which is looking a little smoky, it has to be said. Hang on. Why has it got... Right, hang on, so... Stop tail... No. Is that a stop tail? Or is... Yes. Stop tail. Stop tail that isn't a stop tail. And a stop tail. Why are they all... What is going on with that? So I've got two stop tails, but only the brake. Porsche, why? And there's a stop tail. Look. Why? Right, well, I'm going to renew this one because it does look a bit old and khaki. Right. Got myself a new bulb because that one is a little... Ugh. So that can go in the recycling. I lied, it's not really recycling, it's a bin. You can't recycle bulbs. Where is connector? Let's just try. Shut up. Right, so that should be side lights. No side lights. Why no side lights? Brake lights. Right, I've got a brake light. Now I've got no side lights. It's doing Porsche things, isn't it? Yeah. The amount of Porsches I've had in it that have just given me aggro. Unnecessary, unrequired aggro. Right. Maybe it... Right, the brake light is now working. I will turn the lights off and on again just to see if maybe it's being clever. Well, not clever, but maybe it thinks it's being clever with the old body module sort of thing. Right, lights off. Brake lights on. Let's take the brake lights off. Lights on. Oh, okay, now they're on. Probably can't see it, but you have to take my word for it. That is on. Right, that'll do. Right, washing time, and then wipers. Right, blades. The last set of Bosch blades I put on a car was on Dump It, my little 106, and they were rubbish. They jutted and squeaked from day one, so I am hoping this is not the case with this one. Also, this will please our hub-nutted friend because the blades that were on this car originally are too small. I discovered this today, so that's interesting. I wonder if I can get it in the bin from here. I did. There you go. All my Halfords training has come in handy. Yeah. The Porsche curse strikes again. It's not going to be straightforward. Why? Why? Oh, that one came apart and went in the bin, obviously. Ooh, I call on all my Halfords training here. Oh, that was tight. So why are you doing... Why? Hang on, is it a curved blade? Oh, is that a curved blade? Don't look at that. That's not a wiper. That's not a wiper on the floor. Is that a curved blade? And if so, oh my god, it is curved. It looks to me like it's curved the wrong way. But, oh, maybe the clip was in the wrong way around, because if I now do this, oh, that's quite satisfying. Ian, have you seen anything like that? What does he say? He gets all excited by this. I tell you what, there's a little tiny triangle down there. It's tiddly, But it's doing the thing here. I don't know. Bloody wipers. Right, well they seem to be working. That's positive. Is that ready to go for tomorrow? I think so. Done the brake lights. Washed it. Wipers. Got the old, I haven't actually checked the actual lights. That's a bad start, they're not on. This is poor, okay. That's not good. Why no lights? Oh, I think we might have a battery issue here. Oh my god. Oh man, everything's come on. Consider, that's very polite, consider remaining range. Right, I'll tell you what. If it fails tomorrow on lights, I'll take it as a win. Because it's late. Time for the trusty topped on again. Tell you what, this thing has been used so much recently. Right, I'm hoping I'm not going to need boost. Shut up. There we go. She lives. Right, well I'll put it away now while it runs and leave it on charge overnight. Because if I take it to an MOT tomorrow with a flat battery, they will not like me even more. Genuinely don't think they like me. I keep taking them old Citroens. Right, yeah, so, well, I'll touch base when I've tried to put it through an MOT tomorrow and see what happens. It drives okay. I'm pretty sure it had an MOT about a year ago and then got used for a trip. It went on a weekend break. Fine, no problem. And then got parked up again. I think that's all it is. I don't actually think there's anything wrong with it. I have scanned it. I scanned it the other day with the other topped on thing, the Arty Diag Pro. And it actually threw up the brake light, come to think of it, and I didn't even clock that it was the brake light. Right, okay. And yeah, there was something else, PSM, parking management or something like that, but I've cleared it and that's gone. So I think it's flat battery. I think flat battery syndrome's been playing merry hell. There's a battery we've got in our family car. We've got another family car which is supposed to have an AGM battery because it's got stop start, and someone has fitted a non-AGM so the stop start doesn't work, and that bugs me because I want stop start to work. The battery that's in that car will fit that one. So that's going to get a battery that's like a couple of months old. But for now, I'm going to have to make do with this one for the rest of the week at least. Right, I'm going to stop gassing. I'm going to go home. Fingers crossed for tomorrow. Do your fingers now. Do them. I can't do them. I have to do that. Do your fingers. Well, it's a few days later, and good news. No, not good news. No, fail. Why did I say good news? It's a fail. I'm not entirely surprised that it's a fail because this thing has been off the road for a year. It hasn't actually done anything. It's literally been put down a driveway and parked. In fact, save all you detectives in the comments doing it. Let's have a look. It has done... Well, it's actually done more than I thought. It's done 1,570 miles since last year, but a lot of that was one trip that it did. Like back in the autumn, last year I think it was, it did one trip. So most of that would have been that. The year before, 252 miles. The year before, 600 miles. Does a lot of sitting around. And basically what's happened in that time, Well, it failed on anti-roll bar linkage damaged and seriously weakened near side front. Repair immediately, major defects. But it also had do not drive until repaired, dangerous defects. Tyre has ply or cords exposed near side front and offside front. So tread-wise, they look fine. I suspect what's happened is they've just perished from sitting around doing nothing. The guy doing the MOT test actually said to me, he only just noticed it, because strangely in this country, perished tyres, cracks and things like that doesn't come up on the MOT. They might put an advisory on it or a comment, but it doesn't actually. It's stupid, I know, but that's how it is in this country. So cracked tyres don't mean anything. And he said, well, there were some cracks on the outside, but not. He sees worse on a daily basis. It was only when he really looked at the wheel and then just happened to catch it at a certain angle, one of the cracks, you could see the cords. A tiny amount on both sides. So he really did well to spot it, to be honest. I'm glad he did, because you don't want bad tyres. So basically this thing needs 2 new tyres on the front and it needs a new drop link near side, but the offside has an advisory. The other thing it's got on a monitor and repair if necessary, brake pipe corroded or covered in grease or other material, near side rear, offside rear, and then near side rear on the caliper, offside rear on the caliper, and lastly parking brake grabbing slightly near side rear. I'm not too worried about that because it's been sat up for a year. It's been sat, it's going to have sticky discs or sticky pads, sticky calipers, a bit of use and it'll be fine again. I'm not worried about that. Brake pipes, I'll look at that. Because it might be that there's absolutely nothing wrong with it additionally cleaning, or it might be that they're actually quite bad and they're partially hidden and he can't fail it because he can't see them. So let's go both ways. The first thing I'm going to do is the drop links. The anti-roll bar links, left and right. I hope they're easy, but this is a Porsche, therefore it will be cursed. Therefore, this will probably take forever. In fact, do you know what? Before I get started, I'm going to go and have a look and see what the book time is to do this. Just for fun. Right, I had a look for a bit of fun, and I'll tell you what, I am absolutely buzzing. That was immense. I've never smiled so much. 0.6 hours it gives you to do both of them, which is just under 40 minutes. So, it might... No, it won't. It won't. It just won't. You thought that was going to be one of them cool montage shots where I undone all the bolts and then took the wheel off in one smooth motion. No, because none of them came undone. They're all stuck. I've had to wedge the brake down inside to... Porsches. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, man. Is that all of them? Tell me that's all of them. No, it's not. Oh. Didn't even get a crack out of that one. How was that satisfying? I think we might possibly need to put a bit of grease on these, just a bit, genuinely just a bit. You don't want to put too much on. Oh no, did I forget this one? Honestly, just I don't know, do crochet or something. Just oh no, that is, it's just decided to stick again. I bet the wheel don't come off. but it's stuck on the hub. Oh no, okay. No. Made me look a right knob. It's not going to be the first time it does that, I can promise you. What? Timing was impeccable there, wasn't it? Taper? No taper. Oh dear. Jolly good. Looks like we'll be needing some wheel bolts for a Porsche Boxster. Oh my god, it's just absolute. Hang on, is that just corrosion in there? Porsche people, is that just corrosion? Because I'm looking at this, what would you call that? Convex? This curved, sort of tapered curved bit here, that looks nice. And then there's all this, but is that just corrosion that's built up? Because I'm looking at the lock-in nut, looking at it like that. Oh my god, this one's the same. That's got to just be corrosion, hasn't it? I mean, it probably hasn't been maintained. It probably, you know, in the last couple of years, it hasn't been used. It's just been sat around, doing like probably barely averaged 1,000 miles a year over the past 5 years. Oh, okay. So you're not going to stay on the hub. You're just going to fall off. Fine. Was that? It has got a spigot. I think it's just. Yeah, it has got a spigot. It's just decided to fall off it. Oh, okay. I can see the drop link. Oh, why does it have to go through there? Yeah, so there's our drop link. Bottom of it, fine. Top of it goes through an alloy housing. Yay! Right, we've got more fun and games because this is one of the new drop links which I've purchased from somewhere. And, well, it's actually the same as the C6, which is not a good thing. Because what it is that end goes in the anti-roll bar, like normal. That end is the pinch bolt for the upright. Knuckle, I suppose it is. That's a knuckle, isn't it? That's the pinch bolt for that. Which means I have to try and get it out, and this is a steel bolt pressed into an alloy housing. And looking at the state those wheels were in, can't help but think this is going to be fun. And then if I take this out, there is a chance that the knuckle will try and slip off the strut. I could probably put a jack under it to sort that, but oh, it's a faff. It's a faff. But yeah, that's what it is. So basically, this is what's failed. That's it. Right, I'm pretty sure I know what's going to happen here before I've even tried to do it, but we'll see. So I've undone the stabiliser link, which is hidden around the back here, and already this knuckle dropped on this strut, and to be honest, that strut looks quite new. Have I got an old rag somewhere? Yes, I have. That is not a very old strut, is it? That's quite a new... Oh, damper. Look at that. Someone spent some money on this. It does drive well, so this is probably why. It's probably had a good bit of work done. Bilstein shocks, we like to see it. If I flip this round, you will see that the nut is there. Now I'm going to go and get my hammer. Together, we're going to experience the disappointment that comes when you hit that and it doesn't move because it's stuck in the hole. Now I don't need to keep this stabiliser link or this nut, so there's no point mucking about with pleasantries. Get stuck in straight away. Oh, it moved! It worked! I have sprayed it liberally. Oh, it's moving. Sweet as. Right, well then there's no jeopardy here, so I'll come back when the new one's going in. I've just seen why it failed. Yeah, that's the ball joint inside. I don't know if... Oh. You're welcome, next person who works on this. Right, so I've cleaned up this bolt and Yeah, it's a bit... So it is supposed to have the flat side there, because I've had a look at them online, new ones. So that is the correct shape, but it's a little bit weakened, isn't it? So, and that's before I even consider what the wheel was going to look like inside, because that's down there, and I bet in those holes, there, there's going to be remains of this, aren't there? So, yeah, bit of a tough call at the moment. I'm not entirely sure the best way to go. I think what I'll have to do is clean all these up, and it's every single one of them, of course. Clean these all up in the pillar drill with a little wire thing on it. And I can put these back in for the MOT, because truth be told, they won't even be able to see that, and they're not allowed to remove stuff. It's the rules. But I know they're there, so I think long term we have to get some new wheel bolts for it before it goes back on the road, because especially as these have been disturbed now. So, and it is the kind of car that people will hammer around. I mean, I wouldn't hammer it around necessarily, and the owner definitely wouldn't hammer it around, but other people are going to hammer it around, aren't they? So, right, well, I better start cleaning up all my nuts. Bolts, even. The drop links are done, by the way. I completely forgot to mention that. Right, that's all the bolts cleaned up. I don't know, maybe I'm being over the top, but I just think if that washer bit is weakened and it cracks when the wheels are torqued up, the wheels come loose. Let's have a look. How bad are these inside? Actually, that's not as bad as I thought it was. It's going to need cleaning up. I was worried there'd be big lumps of alloy, like corrosion, stuck in there. And I don't think there are. I think I've got a wire brush that will do that. Well, I've not put it in the middle of the shot either, have I? It should be here. Oh, I think that might have done that. That's come out quite well. Oh, it's smooth. Right, and the little concave bit in there, it's just the curved part of the tapered thing, washer, that sits in that. So that's the only bit that actually makes contact, but I'm still not worried. I'm still worried that those washer things are going to be weakened because they've all corroded. I wish I didn't care about stuff so much. It'd be a lot easier. I'll tell you what, how much worse this has got since the other day. So I can't actually find the part that's failed. But he did say that it's hard to find it. But the cracking that's appeared literally since the other day. And it only went to the MOT station and back. To the MOT station. It didn't come, I didn't drive it back. And it's, funnily enough, I can't see the cord in any of them, but I wouldn't mind betting that when it's got the weight on it, the one at the bottom probably has. Yeah, the inside's nowhere near as bad. So it's obviously the UV that's done it. Right, well, I'll put these back on for now. I've got to look at something else. Right, so the drop links are all done. This is good. Tyres, we'll sort that. That'll be one. Well, that'll be the last thing that's done. The other thing I want to look at, the brakes. One of the advisories we had was corroded brake lines. And it said in two of the lines in brackets caliper. I think it's got twin pot brakes all round, possibly even 4-pot on the front, actually. Yeah, I think they might be. Anyway, regardless, basically what it means is the calipers are in two halves. They're like two separate pieces bolted together, and there's a little link pipe that goes from one to the other. And they can be, well, they can be pretty nasty. They can rot like the best of them because they're right down in the wheel. So I'm going to look at that and then see if these other areas that it's mentioned, there were two others it mentioned, basically going to weigh it up. If the brake pipes that are on the calipers, if that is the ones that are corroded, I'll probably make some new ones because they're easy enough to do. If there's some that go off into the body and they disappear and you have to unbolt half the car to get to them, then we probably won't, because at the end of the day, to most people, that's not a very expensive car. To me, that's like one of the most expensive cars I'd have ever bought if I bought that, but to most people, it's not. Top of the line, that's probably worth about 7.5 max, as it sits, well, with an MOT and tyres and everything on it. So you've got to weigh it up, and there's no point spending hours and hours and hours and hours trying to make it perfect when you're competing with other cars that are worth about £7,000. So, but if it is something I can do for the next owner in terms of, you know, the little brake caliper pipe, I think we should look at doing it. So now I've got to try and get the rear wheels off. Yay. Bastard. It would appear that we are cooking on gas. These ones are coming undone. Some of the nuts, or bolts I should say, aren't looking clever. There we go. Ooh. Yeah, that's not looking good either. A common problem, I'm assuming. Right. Let's have a look and see. I'm kind of, basically, right, the way to look at this, teaching you to suck eggs here, but the way to look at this, MOT guy's trying to save your life. He's trying to do you a favour. If you've got brake pipes that are rusty, then they're on the brink of failing. So you're best off sorting them out. Yeah, he's trying to do you a solid. And I'm trying to see... Oh. Oh yeah, no, that doesn't feel good. No. The one between the calipers doesn't feel good. The one that goes up into the body, you can't see it. It literally just goes into the wheel arch. Ah, but there's another short one here, which you can... Oh yeah, God, that doesn't look good either. I think we can do both of those. The exhaust is like right in the wheel arch. That seems a great idea. Right. Other side. Yeah, pretty much the same on both sides. So you've got a little link pipe here, which has not been picked up by my light. There we go. Not looking clever. That thing there. And then you've got one under the caliper, which actually... Oh no, on the... Yeah, God, on that side, yeah. So actually I was going to say it looks alright there. That's because it's a bit of rubber. That bit's okay, but yeah, it's pretty nasty there. So I mean, it's belts and braces, but it is a, you know, it is a sports car at the end of the day, isn't it? It's not that hard to change that, as long as they all come undone. I think that's the thing. Go and get my spanner and offer them the chance to come undone with a little bit of spray. If they all play ball, then you do it, don't you? If they're, and this is an alloy caliper, so if these end up getting stuck in here and it turns into a massive rebuild job, then maybe not. Likewise, check the bleed nipples before I go taking it apart. Well, there's brake fluid in there, so that's, well, as I say, it's either a good sign or a bad sign, depending on how you look at it. It's the same on the near side. It's that pipe there. Oh, that doesn't look clever, does it? Yeah, we'll change that. It's only short, we'll change that. As long as it comes undone. Again, up here, looks okay, but I bet any money, I haven't even looked at it yet, but I can't actually see the screen on the phone, because I'm only filming this on my phone, but can't see the screen. I'm assuming it looks bad. So I'll try taking it all apart. If they come undone, if all the different unions and fixings come undone and think, oh God, that light is not liking that, is it? Yeah, if all the lights come undone and think, all the lights come undone? Moo? Yeah, all the fixings come undone, all the unions, all the fittings play ball, then I suppose worst case, if that one doesn't, you buy a new hose and then this one does. Oh look, it's mission creep again. Yeah, so, well, I'll have a look. I'll see which ones come undone first, and then we'll take it from there. It would be nice to get a clean MOT pass without an advisory on it, but we are, even if I change those pipes, we are still going to have an advisory on the dragging rear brakes, unless they test them again. You could ask them to, I suppose. So basically, yeah, when this thing's MOT'd at the end, you'll know whether I managed to sort that out as well or not, but I'm not convinced I'm going to be honest with you. It needs to be driven. I mean, the handbrake is savagely good. The handbrake's really good. It just needs to be used, and I can't use it because of the tyres, and I can't get it, well, can't use it until it's MOT'd, and we can't get it MOT'd until the tyres are done. So yeah, it may well go through an MOT with an advisory on the handbrake, but that's basically, there's not much you can do about it. It might go through with the brake pipes as well, because if they don't come undone, then I'm not getting involved. Well, I'll try it now. Let's see. Let's stop talking and see. Still stood here holding the phone, not doing the work. Right, of all the fixings there, that is four each side. 7 of them have come undone. One of them hasn't. But on that one, that's the one at the bottom of the hose on this side, on the driver's side. So what I can do is see if the top one undoes on that hose, which it does, because I've checked, and then remove the whole hose with the pipe underneath it, and then butcher it out of the hose. And assuming the hose is okay, and I really hope it is, because I don't have enough time to order another hose in, assuming that it comes out and the thread's good and everything, I can take it out in the vise. So that one will come. What I need to do now is stop the brake fluid coming out yet. I think I'm going to end up changing this. I might test the fluid first to see what state it's in. It might still be pretty good, but I don't know. I don't think it's been changed in at least 4 years. So what I'm going to do here because this cap is vented, what will happen is as soon as I undo any of the fixings at the other end, air will start coming through this cap and into the fluid, into the reservoir, which will allow it to leak, to dribble out, and I don't want it to do that yet. Now I could put a clamp on the hose, but I think that would, well, it stands a chance of hurting the hose. So the easiest thing I find is just put a piece of cling film over the top, screw the cap back down, don't go mental with it, just enough to bite. Now there's a vacuum. If it tries dribbling out, it just creates a vacuum in it. It will dribble a bit, but most of that will stay in there. Come see your Uncle Rich, yeah? Yeah? Well, look at that. The pipe is out, and that's all that's come out of the caliper. Right, except that extra one that came out then. Imagine! Stop it. It will leak a little bit. That's to be expected. Yeah, it will leak a little bit, but the important thing is it won't keep leaking. Right, I need to make one of these. I'm not going to have a chance to make all of these today because I'm going to have to go home, but I'm going to see if I can make this one at least. So I'm giving away all my trade secrets here today, look. Right, so there's my pipe. I want to know how much pipe I need to cut off the reel of conifer I have around the corner. The easiest way to do it is to feed some lock wire through it. He says the easiest way to do it. It won't work now, you watch. So basically going to feed it through until it comes out the other end. I'll leave a little bit sticking out, only a smidge. That's how long it needs to be, and that's the shape it needs to be. There we go. One little pipe. I now bend it so it's the same shape as that one. But before I do that, I've got to cut the ends off this, throw it away and cut another length out. And then get this piece of rubber off and put it on here before I flare the ends, because I'm a dick. I'm going home, it's late. I'll come back to this tomorrow. Okay, it's the next day again. This is a reoccurring theme. I have finished the pipes. I've done all 4 brake pipes that were rusty, and I've managed to sort out the handbrake. I've had a little play with the adjustment on it, and it is now rotating freely. That could also just be because it's been driven. Who knows? No, it hasn't been driven. So the next thing I need to do, or the final thing I need to do before this thing is ready to be packed off back off to the MOT station, is the brake fluid. Because of course, although I put my piece of cling film across there and that stopped it emptying the reservoir, which it did very successfully. It's nearly full. But the brake fluid itself might still need changing. In fact, I think it's quite likely it will need changing. Basically, brake fluid absorbs moisture over time. It sucks. It's like a liquid sponge. It sucks up water. And you get to a point where it's got too much in it. So the boiling point of .4 fluid, which is what this is, I believe, says to use .4. Someone might have put 5.1 in there, which has got a higher rating, but we'll assume it's 4. Boiling point of .4 is 230 degrees C. Not freedoms, it's C. And that's the dry boiling point, so that's when it's new. The wet boiling point, basically the minimum you can go to is 150, 160. So what I'm going to do is test it and see with this little device that I have, that I forgot I owned until recently. I'm going to put it in there, and then it basically puts a little bit of fluid in the end here, and it boils it. It actually says don't touch it because it gets hot. And then it will tell me what the temperature is that it boiled at. If it's below 160, the fluid needs changing. I personally, bearing in mind fluids, maximum you recommended to change it like every 5 years. Absolute maximum. Some people change it every 2 years. So I think this fluid is going to be past it, because I don't think anyone's done anything with it for a while. So I've zoomed it in so you can kind of see what's going on. Maybe I'll take you out slightly. There you go. Right, so I have to hook up to the battery, which is there. It is lit up, and then I don't use this very often. I always have to remind myself the sequence, whether it is telling me on there. And we press and hold the switch. I think it's about 30 seconds. Try not to touch the side of the reservoir with it, because I don't know how hot the outside of it gets. Bought this ages ago. This isn't a sponsored thing. Ooh, boiling point. Boiling point is 146. Yep, that needs changing. Oh, that tells me the minimum there. I didn't realise that. Right. Okay. Bugger. So that all needs changing. Don't spill, don't spill, don't spill. Right, I need my little pumpy thing. It's the technical term for doing brakes. Right, hopefully that seals, because it's a bit of a law into itself whether it actually does or not. Right, what I'm going to do is just pump this up a bit to make sure it's not leaking here, and also make sure it's not leaking on any of the pipes that I've made for it. Just leave it there for a minute. It hasn't dropped, that's a good sign. Right, so in theory, the one you go and do first, the brake you go to do, is the one furthest from the master cylinder, but in reality, it doesn't make a difference. Maybe if you're bleeding them from scratch and they've got air in them, makes it easier, but real world, I don't think it matters. Yeah, right. And then all I do is open this and wait for the bubbles to stop. And there will be quite a few bubbles because obviously I've had it open. And there's a nipple on the other side of the caliper as well, because it's two halves joined together, as I say. Actually, I don't know if it is. Seems to be one block. You have to get all the air out because the brakes work on the principle that you can't compress a liquid. But you can compress a gas, so if you've got any air in there, you can compress that, which means when you push the brake pedal, it's just squeezing gas. It's not actually forcing the brakes to work. That's why you can't have any air in there. I'm cheating really, because I should have done the other side first, but I'm just hoping that it all comes through that one. Let's try. Cool. There's a lot of air in there. Right, I'm going to push the brake pedal down, but give it a siphon. You get the idea with that anyway, it's pretty boring. Right, so I need to take the pressure off. And then unchip all this, put the cap back on, put the trim back together. Job done. Brakes are blared at the back, nipples are all done back up. Got a lovely pedal. Only they're not done because I've got to do the front now. I'm not going to bother filming that, it's just boring. Could argue that that would follow the theme so far. But no, we're going to do that. I'll do the front brakes. I've ordered some Kumo tyres for tomorrow. Not a sponsored thing, just that was the best deal on a sort of half decent tyre. The MOT place is doing that. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, should get a clean MOT. Should do, no advisories. Advisories don't really matter too much, it depends what they are. The brake pipe ones, that would have done. The brake pipe, rusty brake pipes, that will put someone off buying a car. And to be honest with you, in fact, I'll get you one. Before I go, I'll get you one. There we go. The, well, that one, that came off in separate pieces, so that will just go straight in the bin. These are the ones that went across the calipers. And as I said before, they are not looking, I don't know if this will pick up on the camera or not, but they are pretty nasty. I didn't actually get the rubber off in the end, I just used some silicone hose. That was one of the ones that went from the hose into the caliper. That is on the brink. I don't know if you'll see it, to be honest, but you'll have to take my word for it if you can't. Around here, that was on the brink of, in fact, let's see how much it actually takes now that I'm done with it. That's a steel brake pipe, so it should be quite stiff. It's actually surprisingly strong. I thought that was going to just fall apart, but it is pretty bad. Oh, it's going. There you go. It's gone. Yeah. So I think it was worth changing them. So those are all done. Pick the video up after the MOT, I suppose. Whenever that is, tomorrow, day after. Fingers crossed we've got a clean one. In the next shot, you'll see whether I'm happy or not. Well, you can't tell, can you? I'll tell you whether I'm happy or not. Are you impressed? Project Porsche's MOT'd. There we go, all done. Good as gold. No advisories. New tyres on the front, the drop links have done the job. We are good to go. Well, this is good to go. It's good to go to a new home. But before it goes to a new home, I need to service it and clean it and get it prepped for sale. But first, I think I should test drive it. Make sure it's okay. Just in case. Yeah, it's not taxed.